Okay, a pleasant day to everyone. So let's have for today module number two, types of text structure. So credits to the development team of the module, specifically to SDO Pampanga. So for this module, we are going to talk about the types of text structure. At the end of the module, you are expected to enumerate various text structures, extract information from the different text structures, and employ a type of language or discipline in crafting an academic text. So before we move to the lecture proper, let's have a recall of what we studied in the previous module. So if you could remember, the previous module was primarily about characterizing or describing, okay, academic text. Then we also compared and contrasted academic text from non-academic text. So we also gave examples. For for sure, you remember that academic texts are highly research based, and if we are going to imagine academic text as a person, he or she is likely um, the serious type of person. Okay? So parang siya yung naka-formal, everything is formal. So then academic text, it is for public consumption. It's informal to be your opinion. So kumbaga, it's less strict. It's like a chill stand. Okay? So, ayan. So, for this one, you would have to answer these in your portfolio depending if your teacher asks you to do so. So, dito kailangan mo ng konting research skills. You would have to look for the short meaning of the text structure and the examples. Okay? So, you can do that on your own. Please make sure that when you research, you base your answers on reputable sources. Okay? Okay, let's go to the lesson proper. Types of text structure. By the way, if you are one of my students and if you find that the layout is not similar to this module, we prepared the learning activity sheet. So practically it's still the same. And credit to the credit goes to the writer and the developer of the module. Okay? So the ability to distinguish different text structures from various disciplines will actually help in the professional world. So we already studied this. So at some point, let's review. Again, academic is formal, fact-based, yet evidence-based, and then it targets specific specializations or disciplines. Non-academic texts, on the other hand, are for public consumption. These are highly, they do not actually target specific fields. It's for everyone. It could be informal and it could be your opinion. Okay? So for this one, write the key letters corresponding to the purpose of each sentence. Use a separate sheet for your answer. So let's discuss this one. Halimbawa, the teacher explained the contents of the student's handbook to the class. So there's the explaining. Ano ini-explain? Yung content ng student handbook. So that's something serious. Okay? Meron bang dalawang side? Wala. Pero ini-inform niya. Correct? Inform. Kasi nag-explain ka ng content. Okay? Next, a poem about how man loves a woman. Okay? So, if it were from the point of view of the man, it's possible that he wants to persuade the woman. But as a reader, if you find a poem about how a man loves a woman, we are being entertained by the author. Infographic number 3 about how to wash your hands properly. Here's the keyword and correct. The answer is to inform. You are being informed by the infograph on how to wash your hands properly. And then a video telling high school students to study first. Study first. Ibig sabihin meron siyang complete. Okay? So what does that mean? It's persuaded. Yes. And lastly, a letter asking for forgiveness. There's the word asking. Pag naghihingi ka, what do you want? You want to persuade. Correct. So if you got them all correct, good for you. But if you didn't, i-replay nyo na lang. Kasi yung mga keywords napaka-importante para ma-determine mo kung ano yung purpose ng bawat sentence. So let's go to the discussion of what is it. Okay? There are different types of writing. Okay? So first on the list is the narrative. Narrative, ibig sabihin nagkukwento. Okay? This is the basic structure that writers use in presenting ideas. So, in it, in the word itself, in the text itself, it narrates. Okay? This may inform through illustration, anecdotes. Okay? Entertain readers through a story. So, may nangyayari, may ganap dun sa sinasabi or nakasulat or sa mga ideas or project what will happen next or explain how something works or happens. So may sequence lagi, okay? This can be any of the following. Objective, so nagpo-present ka ng objective timeline or details for accuracy. Kumbaga hindi ka kasali doon. Pero sa subjective, kasama ka. Yung feelings mo, yung mga point of view mo, kasali. Okay? So, pag narrative, may kinukwento, may kinupresent na ideas, pwedeng through illustrations or anecdotes. Okay? You're being entertained through stories. So, mga anecdotes or stories actually, incidents na parang they could serve as a springboard sa mga sa mga conversation or sa mga pwede siyang hook para sa isang paragraph. So, may nila-narrate ka, may kinukwento ka. So, second type of writing is argumentative. Argument. Pag sinabing argument, yung parang away. At pag may away, may dalawang side or even more. So, this goes beyond giving information. Writers use this to let readers understand their side of an argument with analysis and support to their claims. This should have a valid reasoning with enough evidence. Hindi yung typical na pagkikipag-away, pero yun na kung pupuntahin mo or magde-debate kayo or meron kang sinula na gusto mo ma-persuade or mapaniwala yung mga readers mo, dapat yung mga claims mo, yung mga sinasabi mo is may ebidensya. Okay? Parang kapag sinabi mo mahal mo siya, hindi naman pwedeng sabi mo mahal mo lang siya. Dapat may ebidensya. It shows that past action or in other matters. Okay? Or if you want to say that the person is the suspect or the person is at fault, hindi mo lang pwedeng sabihin kasi nag-feel ko siya yung at fault. No. You have to prove it. Okay? So, halimbawa, you are saying that your partner, your boyfriend or girlfriend is cheating on you, hindi mo lang pwedeng say, nararamdaman ko eh. That couldn't be the case. You should have evidence. And I know you're very good with receipts, okay? And then information. And lastly, this basically just develop ideas using techniques to present details and well-chosen sequences. So, nagpo-present siya ng details. Hindi inform lang siya. Anong difference in narrative from informational? Informational gives you information. It informs you. Narrative could also give you information, but it's just a story. Okay? And then, I hope we're clear about this. This tells a story, this persuades, and this informs. Okay? For text structures, okay, we have first the definition. The definition is used to explain unfamiliar terms, either to explain or to convince. So may mga iba't ibang uri ng definition. We have the standard definition. This is the universally accepted and this rarely changes. So saan mo usually mahanap ang standard definition? Starts with letter D. Okay, very good. Dictionary. Okay? Next naman is regulatory definition. These are assigned meanings based on an organization regulating body and changes on situation. Example, the classification of typhoon signals as per PATASA. Okay, so kumbaga may isang group of may body, okay, na nagde-define dun sa mga meanings, dun sa mga acronyms. Okay, so for regulatory definition again, these would be acronyms or like words that would be defined by specific bodies. So, pwedeng sa isang country lang siya applicable, pwede rin siya international. Pero again, depending on the regulatory body or the regulating body. So for example, pag-asa, okay, that's how we that's the body that gives the classification of typhoon signal, diba? Okay, so even the pag-asa itself, okay, um, but even the pag-asa itself has its uh, own definition, like the meaning, yung acronym na to, and the classification that will come from pag-asa um, would only be applicable on the situation or on where the organization, let's say, uh, or on what the organization covers. So it varies from one country to another. So same goes din with yung mga rules and regulations set by different branches ng government natin. So yung meaning magagaling dun sa mga regulating body na yun, yung mga group na yun, na which varies in situations and in places. Okay? So, ayun, pasok pa rin si acronym. Pero syempre, again, depende pa rin dun sa group or organization. Okay? So, for example, sa amin, DL, DLP, DLP might have a different meaning sa ibang lugar, but DLP for us, for teachers, would be daily lesson plan. Ng ganun. So, or something like DLL, daily lesson lang. But if you go to another place, when you say DL on its own, it means download, parang ganun. So it would always depend. Okay, so COT, so in other words, ang magbibigay ng definition would be the group or yung organization kung saan siya ginagamit. Okay? Kaya may mga jargons tayo. Okay? So there. Jargon, we have a specialized languages. Okay. Then letter C is personal definition. This depends on the interpretation of the writer and as expressed by the writer. So, halimbawa, what's the meaning of life? What is a true friend? What is love? So yan, depende yan sa personal na definition ng writer and even ng nagbabasa. Okay? Then, invented definition. This has given meaning to words coined and as used by the society. So, halimbawa, before when we see blood, it's literally blood. Pero ngayon, may term tayo na first blood in mobile legends. Parang ganun. So, we're inventing words, we're coining words. So, like before, walang word inbox zone. Kasi, hindi pa uso ang messenger na at hindi rin uso ang ini-inbox zone ka. Pero ngayon, may inbox zone na. So, we're coining this. Okay? So, by the way, a standard definition is denotative meaning, while personal definition is connotative meaning. So, if you could recall your junior high school, denotative is the meaning as is, so the dictionary, and connotative would be based on what the person thinks about the word, the experiences, and let's say the meaning. Okay, ayun. It's highly subjective ba kapag connotative. Okay, next. Clear ba tayo sa definition? Minsan kailangan mo talaga ng definition. Kasi kung walang definition, minsan hindi clear ang mga bagay-bagay. Okay. Yan, pwedeng text structure, pwede rin love life. But definitely, you need definition to clarify things that are not clear. Okay. Next is description. Description coming from the word describe. Okay. You're describing something. You're trying to use all the senses, the images, to make the person imagine what you want to write about or what you want to send across. Like this may be object, a person, place, experience, emotion, situation, and event. So, description, nagbibigay siya ng mga characteristics, ini-engage niya yung mga senses. So, ito, hulaan nyo. What is this? Ito, kapag kinagat mo, malutong siya, kulay green, tapos habang sinakagat mo, sumasabog yung asin sa bibig mo. Tapos kung nagkataon na nilagyan mo pa siya ng bagoong na paanghang na manamis-tamis, naghahari yung tamis at saka yung asin. Usually, binibiyak or pwedeng minabalatan mo na din tapos ihiwain into strips. Usually, masarap kapag nag-swimming during summer madami. So, I'm describing the word. What's the word? Okay, it's manga or mango. Okay, unripe mango. So, yun. That's description. Pero hindi ako nagkwento. Yung-describe lang ako. Next, classification. This is used by writers to organize ideas into categories. Kina-classify mo ba kinds of apples, kinds of online games, kinds of books, kinds of clothes, kinds of friends, kinds of classmates, even kinds of teachers. So we actually intend to organize ideas into their types or categories. Tapos, we also have comparison and contrast. Although ito yung hindi natin gusto, yung kino-compare. Pero, ayan, comparison means checking for what's similar. And contrasting is for the similarities or yung difference. So, it is used to show how two ideas are alike and different. So, actually, huwag mo akong kino-compare. Kapag sinabi huwag mo akong kino-compare, huwag mo akong tinutulad sa kanya. Kapag contrast naman, yung kaibahan sa kanya. Writers present information by chunks and follow a sequence, but they present both the similarities and differences. For example, kapag pinapag-compare and contrast natin ng iOS and Android, they're both used in mobile phones. So you could start with the similarities. You could compare the first. Pero pupunta ka na dun sa contrast, anong difference nila. So, for example, si iOS and Android, ginagamit natin sa cellphones natin. Pwede rin sa mga tablets. Okay, then si iOS mas closed. Okay, hindi lahat pwede i-customize mo. Pero si Android, mas open siya. Kaya makikita mo yung difference. So, we're actually comparing and contrasting. Okay? Ano pa ba? Pwede din natin i-compare yung spaghetti at pancit. Parang silang kinakapaghandaan. Parang silang paboritong merienda or snack ng mga tao or putahe ng mga Pilipino. Pero si pasta, based from, it came from Italy or Italian cuisine. Okay? So si pancit naman, we could attribute that to Chinese. Okay? So, inadapt na rin natin na may kanya-kanya na rin tayong version. They're both food that are like the Filipinos, but we have their differences, origin, and even dun sa ingredients na yung spaghetti, more on yung noodles, may pasta, mas malaki, and then may tomato sauce, okay, may hot dogs, may beef, etc. While pancit, yung type ng noodles niya, and then may gulay, okay, nilalagyan ng calamansi, okay. Those are different. Okay, next. We also have cause and effect. Sa bawat bagay na gawin mo, merong effect. Lagi niyong tandaan yan. But for text structures, this is used to explain why things happen. Okay? The result of the result of a certain phenomenon. So bakit kinaghiwalay? Hindi pwede walang reason. May reason yan. Yung cause is yung kung ano man yung reason na malalaman mo palang char. Okay, na madidiscover mo palang, the effect would be yung nag-break kayo. Okay? On a positive note, the effect is you became one of the honor students. The reason, you have lots of reasons that you submit on time, you have quality work, you're determined to finish, you engage in recitation, in discussion, you do your best in your studies. Kaya yung respect mo, maganda yung grades mo. So writers enumerate factors and possible outcomes resulting to phenomena or events. Okay? So si effect is yung nangyayari dahil kay cause. Okay? Chronological. Kapag chronological, sunod-sunod. It shows order of things, how something happens, and the logical arrangement of things. This structure lends itself in other text structures in the sense that in writers need to present the timeline of events. So kapag nagkukwento ka, you need the order, yung pagkakasunod-sunod. So if you're trying to narrate about, let's say, the story, the experience of people during the martial law, magkakaroon ng magkakasunod-sunod order of things, hindi naman biglang martial law agad. May mga nangyari before mo na. So the writers have to enumerate evidence in sequence, yung pagkakasunod nga. So, chronological again is presenting how things or a phenomena happen in a logical arrangement. Okay? And then lastly is the problem and solution. In writing, it shows the patterns of organization where there is a dilemma. When you say dilemma, this is a problematic situation. Uh, this is a problem that is difficult to solve. Then, eventually, no particular na solution is i-explain. Okay? Or explain the dilemma or the problem and then solutions are given. So, laging ganun, problem and solution. For example, usually nababasa natin, the problem is you gained weight during the pandemic and you want to lose it. By the way, we don't we respect people's preferences in terms of their body, but in case you want to lose weight, the intense weight gain can be a problem. And then yung solution, sasabihin sa article that solutions could include exercising, or going to the gym, following safety protocols, or watching out for excessive intake of carbs and sugar, okay, having a healthy diet, parang ganun. So those are the solutions. Problem, you're broken-hearted. Solution, okay, there are various solutions, self-love, acceptance, and also usually they will tackle the problem, they will describe it, and it's something, it would be presented in a picture that is relatable to the reader. Tapos magpe-present ng solution. Okay? So there, we're done with the lecture. So, itong mga activities, depende sa kung ano ibibigay ng teacher nyo. At kung ano pinili ko practically dun sa mga binigay ko sa mga students. But I'll give you a few bonus items. Okay? So, for independent activity 1, ilagay nyo kung ano yung text structure na ginamit. So, for example, Mrs. Reyes will present the kinds of paragraphs to her class. Present kinds of paragraphs. So that means kinds. Classification. Okay? Adrian was asked to give a speech about the newlywed couple. For the next item, again, Adrian was asked to give a speech. So what is the speech all about? How the newlywed couple met. So, paano sila nagkakilala? So definitely, among these, chronological. You would start with paano, from being strangers, tapos na naging friends, paano nagigawan. It's possible. Okay, kasi how they met, chronological. Okay? Pero kapag tinanong how the relationship is, iba na nun. Description na nun siya. Next, Charlene was asked about by her boss to make a report about why their employees are always late and the common reasons why. So, ito, make daw ang mga employees, may keyword tayo, why. Kapag why, may reason. Kapag may why, may cause. So, cause and effect. The rest ay na. Okay? Next, choose one of the scenarios and write an essay outline by using a draft for the manager. Sige, kayo nila yan. Okay? So, identify the text structures. Check natin kung naintindihan mo. Naintindihan natin, okay? So, while chimpanzees are rapidly disappearing, so yun daw yung umpisa niya. Some people are trying to solve this problem. So, may word the problem. Otherwise, chimpanzees may one day exist only in zoos. People are trying to save the rainforest and woodlands where chimps live from being shut down. It will take many people working together to solve this problem. So, dun pa lang, nandun yung keyword na problem. Then, naghapag sila ng solution. But what are the solutions? Save the rainforest and woodlands. So, this is a problem and solution text structure. Next. Chimpanzees and humans are alike in many ways. A baby chimp laughs when its mother tickles it. After chimpanzees fight, they kiss and make out. When one chimpanzee comforts another, it gives it a hug or a pat on the back. There are, of course, many ways that chimpanzees and humans are different, alike and different. Chimpanzees and humans. Okay? So even if we're not finishing the entire work here, we already know that it's comparison and contrast. Okay? So, ayan, the rest you can work on it na lang. Okay? So, on use the word in the independent. Okay? So, I believe like the discussion natin lahat. So going back, we have the following. Types of writing: narrative, nagkukwento, argumentative, nagpo-persuasive claims, okay, and evidence, and then informational, nag-inform. Okay, may details. For text structures, we have definition. At ang definition, may standard definition or derivative definition, derivative meaning. It's the dictionary meaning. Regulatory definition based on the group or regulating body. Personal definition, it could be related to qualitative meaning. Okay? Ano yung interpretation ng tao, ng writer, ng nagbabasa. And the invented definition, these are coined words. We also have description, to describe something. Classification, you categorize. Comparison and contrast, differences and similarities. A cause and effect, why things happen. Chronological, yung showing of order of things. And then problem and solution. You have a problem, and then a solution is being given to you. So again, folks, credits to the team who developed or that developed this module. And that's it for our types of text structure. So please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you have questions, feel free to comment sa baba. So most students ko, I would encourage you to write something that you've learned in the comment section. Okay? So I guess that's it. Bye-bye. Please like and subscribe.